Tonight, let this story fill you with peace and warmth. Lily and Yarrow's Starry Night Adventure. This story is about Lily's enchanting adventure with Yarrow, an autumn sprite, who helps her discover the magic and tales contained within a bright neat star. For as long as she could remember, Lily had always been fascinated by the stars twinkling high above in the velvet night sky. While many children feared the dark, Lily found it magical, the endless expanse sparking dreams and tales of wonder in her heart. One crisp autumn evening, as the golden amber leaves rustled beneath her feet, Lily ventured into the woods behind her house, drawn by a peculiar bright star she hadn't noticed before. As she entered the heart of the forest, the air grew cooler, and the shadows lengthened, weaving an intricate tapestry under the fading light of dusk. Suddenly, she heard a gentle rustling, and from behind a cluster of crimson foliage emerged a small creature. The creature was none other than Yarrow, the autumn sprite, with wings that shimmered like spun gold and eyes the color of early morning frost. Yarrow was known to appear only when the first stars awoke, and he gifted the night with strays and laughter. Hello, little adventurers, and Yarrow greeted, with a voice as warm as a crackling fire. Lily smiled, unsure whether what she saw was a dream spun by twilight. Have you seen the new star? It calls you, Lily Yarrow whispered, as a gentle breeze carried fallen leaves in swirls around them. Intrigued, Lily nodded, and with Yarrow leading the way, they embarked on a journey deeper into the enchanted forest. Every step seemed to resonate with the heartbeat of the earth, echoes of ancient secrets beneath their feet. They passed trees that whispered their names and streams that giggled under the moonlight. Eventually, they reached a clearing where the sky opened wide, revealing the star Lily had chased. It sparkled intensely, brighter than any Lily had seen, painting the night with brilliance and mystery. As Lily gazed upward, the star pulsed gently, and from its glow, images began to unfold. It was as if the star were a storyteller sharing tales from beyond. She saw empires that rose and fell, friendships forged under the same sky, and dreams shared in whispers among kindred souls. You see, Lily Yarrow said, eyes as ripples are the memories of the universe. They remind us of the beauty and possibility that exists within and beyond our grasp. Spike up as the star finished its tale. Yarrow took Lily's hand, and together, they danced around the clearing. The wind sang sweet melodies, and the leaves trilled like ballerinas in perfect harmony. At that moment, Lily understood the connection between dreams and reality, the stars guiding her imagination across the borders of possibility. As the midnight hour approached, and the first's breath slowed, Lily knew it was time to return home. But whenever you seek the stars, remember this night, was what one Yarrow said, waving goodbye. With a newfound sense of wonder, Lily made her way back, and as she closed her eyes to sleep later that night, she felt the gentle warmth of starlight surrounding her, cradling her in dreams soft and sweet. Let's begin another chapter of gentle peace. Fury and Orchid, a tale of connection. This story is about Fury and Orchid's magical bond, exploring the forest and discovering the unseen connections around them. In a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and verdant meadows, there lived a young girl named Fury. Fury was known for her inquisitive nature, often wandering into the woods that surrounded the village, brimming with curiosity and wonder. One autumn afternoon, as the sunlight filtered through the leaves, painting the ground with patches of gold, Fury ventured deeper into the forest than ever before. As she walked, she marveled at the vibrant colors around her, each leaf a masterpiece in the tapestry of nature. Suddenly, the rustling of leaves caught her attention, drawing her gaze to a peculiar sight. A small dwarf, barely taller than a garden gnome, was struggling with his cloak on a bramble bush. Yuri's heart warmed at the sight. Introducing himself as Lor, the dwarf explained that he was a traveler searching for hidden magic within the forest's depths. Yuri, intrigued by his quest, offered her assistance, freeing his Otamo from the thorny grass. Gratitude shone in Orchid's eyes as he told stories of ancient trees and whispers of mystical creatures unseen by human eyes. Yuri listened intently, her mind painting vivid pictures of the world Orchid described. Days turned into weeks, with Yuri and Orchid exploring the forest together, discovering new wonders each day: a waterfall that sang with the voice of the wind, fireflies that danced like celestial stars, and a grove of trees where the ground was carpeted in soft moss. Through shared adventures, they forged an unbreakable bond, communicating in a wordless language understood only by those who cherished the silence of the woods. Yuri learning about the interconnectedness of all living things, and the subtle magic that binds them, a magic not seen, but felt deeply within one's soul. Orchid found in Yuri a kindred spirit, someone who appreciated the world just as he did, seeing beauty in every corner, and believing in the unseen magic of life. One evening as the horizon blazed with the colors of the setting sun, Orchid shared his heart's secret with Yuri. The forest's magic was real, deriving from connections, both simple and profound. Their friendship, a mystical bond, was a testament to this enchantment. Yuri smiled, knowing that in friendships like theirs lies a kind of magic capable of transforming ordinary days into extraordinary adventures. With the moon guiding her steps under a starlit sky, Yuri returned to the village, her heart full of gratitude for the connection they had forged. The village never seemed so vibrant, each house a beacon of warmth and light. Yuri understood now. True connections spark life in everything, echoing the forest's gentle whispers in her dreams, promising more journeys with her dear friend Orchid. Here's another story to ease you into the night. Daisy and the Laughing River, a tale of gratitude. This story is about Daisy inspiring her village to embrace gratitude through heartfelt storytelling by a magical river. Once upon a time, in a quaint village, surrounded by majestic mountains and lush forests, there lived a girl named Daisy. Daisy was known for her bright spirit, always finding joy in the simplest things and spreading it to those around her. Her favorite pastime was to visit the Laughing River, an enchanting stream that danced over smooth stones, producing a melody that seemed to make the world brighter. The river, lovingly named Lantana by the villagers, held a special connection with Daisy as if it understood her heart. Every morning, Daisy would sit by its banks, singing soft tunes, while the water glimmered in the sunlight, and the birds chirped in harmony. One day, as she sat by the river, Daisy noticed a peculiar glow beneath the water's surface. Curiosity piqued, she reached out carefully, uncovering a beautiful stone that shimmered with hues of green, blue and gold. It was as if the river had gifted her a piece of its magic, a symbol of its affection and gratitude for Daisy's unwavering love. That evening, Daisy took the stone home, feeling the warmth of the riverside's gratitude enveloping her heart. With the stone in hand, she decided to gather villagers by the river to tell them stories infused with its spirit. As the twilight descended, the community gathered, and with each tale, Daisy wove about the wonders of Lantana. Laughter and cheer filled the air. The river seemed to giggle along, its water rippling with joy. Inspired by Daisy's stories, the villagers began to express their own gratitude for the river, realizing how its presence enriched their lives, their fields, and their souls. They brought flowers and small offerings to the banks, which Lantana seemed to accept eagerly, with its water sparkling ever more brightly. A bond between the river and the village deepened. blossoming into tradition that celebrated not just the beauty of nature, but also the intangible gifts it bestowed upon them. Daisy DeBeast's fair head awakened a profound appreciation within her community, shining a light on the hidden treasures of gratitude. Even as many seasons passed, the tradition remained unwavering, a testament to Daisy's heart and the river's endless laughter. The villagers found solace and joy in their shared stories and rituals, fostering a community infused with love and appreciation. Whenever someone felt lost or needed comfort, they would go to Lantana, and there by the river, the essence of gratitude would wrap around them like a gentle embrace, reminding them of the blessings in their lives. Now another story to carry you further. Bluebonnet and P, the tale of the village friendship. This story is about the friendship between a girl named Bluebonnet and a kind-hearted giant named P in a small village. In a quaint little village nestled among rolling hills and blossoming fields, there lived a young girl named Bluebonnet. Her name was inspired by the vibrant flowers that carpeted the fields every spring, mirroring her cheerful spirit and bright blue eyes. The village was a peaceful haven, surrounded by forests that whispered ancient secrets and streams that sang gentle lullabies as they meandered leisurely through the land. Not far from Bluebonnet's home, at the edge of the forest, lived a kind-hearted giant named P. He was unlike any giant from the tales whispered in hushed tones. He was gentle, thoughtful, and had a heart as large as his stature. His home was a massive wooden cabin, filled with trinkets and treasures he had collected over his many years. The village knew P well, for he loved to share stories with the children, telling them of his adventures from faraway lands, of mystical creatures and heroic deeds. Bluebonnet was particularly fond of P's tales, finding solace in his words as they transported her to fantastical worlds filled with wonder and excitement. One day, Bluebonnet decided to visit P, carrying a basket full of her mother Vistic's freshly baked sweetbreads as a gift. As she approached his cabin, the air was filled with the aroma. He greeted her with a smile that could light up the darkest night. "Ah, Bluebonnet," he said, "what a wonderful surprise." Together, they sat under the shade of towering oak trees, sharing stories and laughter. Bluebonnet told P how the village was preparing for the annual celebration of gratitude. It was a time when the villagers gathered together to give thanks for the blessings of the past year, offering gifts and sharing their harvests. He listened attentively, his eyes twinkling with delight. "That sounds splendid," he said. "How can I be a part of this joyous occasion?" Bluebonnet thought for a moment, and then exclaimed, "You should come to the celebration and tell your tales to everyone." P chuckled, in agreement, his laughter echoing through the forest like a comforting rumble. As the day of celebration approached, the village was a flurry of activity. Children carried baskets overflowing with grain and fruit, while adults decorated the square with colorful ribbons and lights. When P arrived, the villagers welcomed him warmly, grateful for his presence and eager for his stories. "Speak to us, P," one child said, eyes wide with anticipation. He nodded and began his tales, his voice weaving magic into each word, enchanting young and old alike. He spoke of distant lands and brave spirits, of challenges faced and kindness victorious. As his tales unfolded, hearts opened, smiles widened, and the village felt united in a shared appreciation of life's wonders. Bluebonnet watched in awe, her heart swelling with joy at the sight of her friend bringing so much happiness to her beloved village. The celebration continued into the night, fireflies danced in the moonlight, and the air was filled with music and merriment. Stories lingered in the air, sparking dreams and imaginations as the villagers slowly retired to their homes. Bluebonnet hugged Pea tightly, whispering, "Thank you for being here." He smiled softly, saying, "Thank you for inviting me. It is you have brought this giant joy." In the days that followed, the village buzzed with excitement from the celebration. And Pea continued to be a beloved figure, visiting often to share more stories. Bluebonnet and Pea's friendship deepened with each passing season, a testament to the beauty of companionship and the magic of shared experiences. And so, in the little village nestled amidst nature's embrace, a giant and a young girl found a friendship that would last through the ages, reminding everyone that kindness knows no bounds and joy can be found where hearts are open. Thank you for listening. May your night be restful.